Ashley, and I am the parent educator at Cornell Cooperative Extension of Dutchess County, alongside with my coworker, Amber Dunleavy. Today, I will be discussing some tips and tricks regarding parenting. Do you ever have trouble communicating and motivating your kids? If you're like many parents that I've met, you've tried it all from rewards, candy, money, begging, pleading, punishment, whatever it is. You're willing to give up literally anything for your child to cooperate and just do as told, but nothing works and you're left feeling defeated. Especially during a pandemic with remote learning and some parents working from home, being able to communicate with your children effectively where they understand and everyone wins is important. That's why I'm coming to you with some resources and tips needed to motivate your child and communicate with them more effective that can be helpful for you. In our class, we the purpose of our course is to replace impulse behavior with rational behavior. We reduce the risk of future incidents of child abuse and neglect to maintain child safety for referred families. Replace ineffective or hurtful parenting styles with effective child-friendly skills. Also, inverting an impairment or disruption of a family which will or could result in placement of a child in foster care. One of the skills that we teach in class is encouragement. The purpose of the skill is to encourage children or someone else to demonstrate positive behavior. So when we think of encouragement, we think about self-esteem, coming together with your child, showing them positive feelings and ways to uplift their spirits. For example, Jimmy, when you help clean up after dinner, it makes me feel proud because you're showing responsibility. So with the steps of encouragement, you are acknowledging what your child has done, you're recognizing it to them, you're saying it to them, and you're building up their self-esteem by doing so. It's letting them know that you're paying attention to them. Encouragement focuses on the parent practicing the action of noticing their child's positivity, how it makes them feel, and pointing it out to your child verbally, not just saying, oh, I'm proud of you, but also explaining why you are proud of them. The next skill is can do. This skill helps your child change their behavior from a behavior that is not acceptable to a behavior that is acceptable. So with can do, you are trying to meet your child's needs. So when you're seeing your child jumping all over the couch, bouncing up and down, you're noticing that they need to release some energy. So for example, Sally, you can either jump on a trampoline or play hopscotch, but we cannot jump on the couch. Again, this skill focuses on the parent observing what their child is doing and what works on shifting the negative behavior to something more positive that they can do. Our next skill is shared decision making. The purpose of this skill is to help children or other people learn to make decisions that impact their lives. This skill is more geared towards for teenagers because, of course, teenagers want to make all the decisions for themselves. They feel like they don't need mommy and daddy, but ultimately they do. So for example, a parent and a child work together and ultimately decide that the child will take the bus home from work or school. So it's the parent and the child coming together, coming up with different ideas and safety plans in order for the child to be more independent. And this skill, parents and children work together to think of other options that would be more suitable for the child, depending on the problem of the situation. Our next skill is self-control. The purpose of this skill is to help people act the way they want to act instead of in a manner that they will regret later. So that's saying not to go to 100 when you are feeling overwhelmed and you just want to scream. No, that's the time to take a deep breath and think and then go back to whatever the problem is. So for example, a parent decides to use the technique of meditation to calm themselves before reacting to their child who is writing all over the wall. So you don't want to scream and yell at your child for writing all over the wall. Why? Because children feed off of energy. They will then begin to cry, throw a tantrum, or continue to write on the wall. So you sit there and you explain to your child why writing on the wall is not acceptable. And then you can also go back to the other skills taught, encouragement, can do, anything to help them realize why writing on the wall is not okay. With this skill, we help parents to focus on what their body messages are when they are getting upset or angry. We also help them to determine techniques to help them to calm down before they react negatively. Our next skill is respecting feelings. The purpose of this skill is to help children deal with their feelings. It's important to use when children are having negative feelings such as anger, but it's also useful when children are excited or happy. It's a way of validating what a person is feeling, which we all need. It's okay for children to express themselves. That's what we want them to do, to express themselves regardless if they're happy or sad. For example, a mother watches and listens to their teenage son angrily walking into the door. She thinks of a way to describe how he's feeling and checks his ideas with him. Now, some teenagers will not want to talk to their parent about what's going on. Some teenagers will, but it's okay if they do not want to. Just give them their space and their time and eventually come back to it later. But you want to encourage your child to express themselves and talk about whatever it is that is bothering them. Lastly, we have co-parenting and positive discipline. We received feedback from many participants requesting that we include these topics in future sessions. Co-parenting is very important because you want to show your child that you and whoever is helping you raise your children is able to work together as one and not separate. It's also important because if both parents don't live in the household, it's good for the children to see positive behaviors between both parents. Again, children feed off of energy. With positive discipline, we have healthy proficiency with positive discipline. These include time away, breathing techniques such as smell a flower and blow out a candle, and setting limits. This helps the child with staying consistent and having structure in the household or whatever setting that they are in. Thank you for taking the time out, and we hope you find these tips and tricks useful to you and add them to your parenting toolbox.
Hello, my name is Maureen Rodriguez Calamari, and I am a youth educator here at Cornell Cooperative Extension Dutchess County's Family and Consumer Education Department. I just want to tell you a little bit about one of the programs that we offer. We offer the RAP program. It's the Relatives as Parenting Program, or our Kinship Support Group as we call it, and it is a free program for non-parent caregivers. We offer both adult support group and youth support group programming. Our programming promotes group discussion and peer support through parenting and kinship education in a safe environment. We provide referrals to community resources, facilitate presentations from local organizations, and share Cornell's own detailed to the community needs programming. We also offer our youth programs. Our youth programs focus on encouraging self-esteem, providing leadership and empowerment opportunities, and education through workshops and youth-directed activities. For more information, please give us a call at 845-677-8223, extension 122. Have a wonderful day. Bye.